All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. Sorry about that. For some reason, I had the setting on the live stream private, so I had to go in and fix it real quick. So I do apologize for that. Hopefully, I sound better tonight. I fixed the problem. It was on my end, of course. Of course, it was. But again, thank you guys for joining me. For those that are on. So, I know that I, again, fucked it up. So, tonight was the last minute live stream. I wasn't actually going to do anything tonight. And then I told a friend that I would. And then I said, you know what? I'm not. I was just really tired. But that was early. Now I feel fine. So, you know, I'm able to do it. Not that I'm able to do it. I wasn't as tired as I thought I was going to be. Sounds perfect. All right, good. All right, again, thank you for being here tonight. I know it was super last minute. I was scheduling it earlier today, but I thought I was going to get stuck at work, so I didn't. And then I changed my mind and said, screw it, you know, let's do it and let's see what happens. So I'm also testing out to see how good last minute is and last minute notification is. Grow Prodigy. I don't think anybody's panicking. There's nothing to panic about, at least not yet. You know how that goes. So I know that I just saw that there's a premiere right now. I think Angryprepper. So here's the deal with my live streams. And I told Gray Man this. I said I live stream when I can, right? Because my job is so. Not that it's up and down. I sort of know when I'm working, but because I pick up overtime and tours for everyone else, I go where the wind takes me with the live streams. So obviously tonight I was gonna do tomorrow night, but I wasn't sure. Deborah, I don't think there was a notification set out because again I screwed that up. That was on my my part, fucking up. So hopefully people are seeing it now, and we'll see from there. But I had it set up to private. Now it's public, so hopefully, you know, people will see something. I don't know. Like I said, because I screwed that up. All right, so today's last minute live stream is actually just shit I threw together to talk about. Only because I wasn't supposed to do it today. So, hope. Oh, that was the other thing too. For whatever reason, this live stream is also. Thank you, James. Thank you for the super chat. Also, so guys, on my community board, I put out, I guess, a call to arms for another prepper who has a prepper channel. Her name is Calamity Girl. She's hurting right now, and I want to talk about that a little later on in the live stream. Wait till more people get on, so that I can explain what happened to her, and hopefully we can help her out by donating, because this lady is a class act, guys. I mean, she's awesome. Her husband's awesome. They were both cops. But like I said, I'm going to get into that in a little bit down the line. So bear with me. We're going to talk about other shit up until that point. A roaming prepper. This was the last minute live stream, so I think you know, for those, thank you for letting me know you got the notification. I do appreciate that. So that's good. That's a good thing. But because I told everyone else who was on here earlier that I sort of fucked that up. So also, guys, do me a favor. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, the middle finger, whatever you want to hit, whatever makes you happy. Like I said, it helps with the algorithm. And the thumbs down also balances everything out. So that's, you know, that's YouTube for you. That's the trolls. So let's get into it. Now, someone was talking about panicking. I don't think anybody's panicking yet. I mean, yes, we are definitely... here's a problem with... Not the problem. So the video that I did I released earlier today about the the brink of nuclear war. Um, the the issue with that, and a lot of us, and I was thinking about this later. I thought about this later on. You know that we had this brink of war, or you know nuclear war, if you will, with Russia, right? During the Cold War, we were always, we were always at that brink with them, and that was just one nation that we were going to have it out with. Well, now we're faced with multiple nations with multiple nukes, so that always brings tension to the table when you have more countries with nukes now. So being that we are, or I feel that we are so close to, an all-out World War III, I definitely think that the reason for that is because there's so many more nations now with nuclear weapons, right? So it's not just the USSR, former USSR, and the United States and Canada. Actually, it's it's Russia, it's Iran, Iraq, North Korea, South Korea, Australia, Japan, I think. A lot of countries have nukes now, and there are a couple countries that have black market nukes, right? Warheads, if you will. Sorry. So there's so much out there right now, and so much tension right now. It's insane, So again, guys, what do, right? We don't panic. We're not supposed to panic. The only time we panic is when the shit's on, and even then, you don't panic, right? The global divide is just getting worse. I mean, I don't know where, how to heal and I'm not saying I don't know how to heal the global divide. Like I want to fucking, like I want to heal it myself. No way. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. It's not a fucking YouTube channel guy that's gonna sit there and say some shit and everybody's gonna kumbaya. It's not how it works. But like I said, the global divide's getting worse, and enemies are forging friendships with one another, right? So obviously, China, Russia, Iran, Iraq, North Korea, they're all sitting at the same table. UK, United States, Australia, New Zealand, France, we're all sitting at another table. And so now we're not even talking to one another. It's to a point now where it's almost at a name calling point, right? But they're doing it subtly and with bigger words, and making these vague threats. That's where we are right now, right? It's high school kids sitting at tables, looking at each other, glaring at each other, all right? And at some point, the glaring is going to boil over into something else. So it's always an issue, guys. There's always an issue going on in the world. That's why I also said, is it business as usual, right? Are these people just looking to flex, which I think it is? But North Korea is the wild card, right? Because of the lady's wife. The lady's wife. I'm sorry, North Korea's new female chick in charge, Kim Jong-un's sister, right? She's in charge, and that's not good. It's not good at all. All right, guys. So I mean, listen. We all think that. I don't know if we all think that, but a lot of us think that, an all-out nuclear war is just that. It's bad. There's no winners, and it just takes one asshole to launch, and then retaliations, and then more retaliating, and then the retaliating is going to retaliate on a retaliator, right? And then it's just going to be all over, and then it's going to look like fucking Mad Max. I don't think it's going to be as bad. I just watched the new Mad Max the other day. I'm like, that was a little over the top with a lot of the wildness in it. It was just crazy. It's an enjoyable movie, but it was over the top. But I don't think we're going to get that bad. I mean, there will be some survivors, or there will be some survivors. Is somebody already starting with the no such thing as nukes? What, is nukes not real too? Are you going to tell me that the Earth is flat and Hitler was killed by JFK? I mean, come on, guys. Let's not. Yes, New York Nerd or Nerders. So yes, Fury Road. Fury Road was definitely entertaining at best. And James, if I didn't say thank you for the super chat, sorry. So now that I'm sitting here in the chair, I'm definitely starting to come down off my high. So now I'm starting to get tired. So I'm gonna end the stream now. Good night, guys. Just kidding. Just kidding. Fuck with you guys. Anyway, Grow Prodigy, thank you for that. Can you tell us how you would survive a nuclear attack? Grow Prodigy. As far as surviving a nuclear attack, it all depends on where I am. Where I am. So here in New York City is a target. New York City is a target because of the financial district. Though, tactically speaking, you're going to want to hit another military base or nuclear silo, right? You don't want to waste a very good nuke on the Wall Street, but supposedly Wall Street is on that nuclear hit list, right? I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but that's what I've always heard growing up, that Wall Street was it, because you hit Wall Street, you destroy the entire financial system. But that screws everyone over, so I don't know. Now, as far as surviving something, it all depends on what happens, how close to the blast I am, right? So if I'm home right now and it hits Wall Street, I could sit there and say we would be hit with the blast, but the fallout is the major concern. So it's not the initial blast, because I'm here in my home talking to you guys right now. I'm not going to see the flash, or I might see it, in behind me in the window here. The room might light up a little bit. That's what I'll see, but I won't see the flash directly. As far as fallout goes, I would start duct taping the windows with plastic sheeting, and I have some filters that I can put in front of the window to filter out a lot of the fallout, and because you still need ventilation in these apartments. You can go without ventilation for a while, actually, before in an apartment for a while. So I would probably leave it shut for a couple days and pray for rain, because fallout would lessen with rain. Not that it'll stop, it would lessen. So being in a building like this, it would be fine. Now, Okie Rebel. Here's the problem with a nuke detonating in New York City. It's never been done in a city, so they're not sure what's going to be left standing and what's not. They don't know what the blast pattern's going to be. It's going to be disrupted with all of those old school stone buildings downtown. Because remember, here in New York City, a lot of the buildings downtown were built back in the early 1800s. A lot of them, early 1800s to late 1800s. They're built stone, sturdy, old school shit. Some say that the bomb won't budge a lot of them. Some say it will. We don't know for sure. But that's the unknown. But I can't go with the unknown. I have to go with what I'm faced with, right? And water supplies, yes, would be contaminated. Well, listen, that depends. Again, if it hits south of me and the wind is blowing, well, it depends on which way the wind's blowing too. It depends on which way the fallout's going. Again, with a nuclear bomb, in any scenario, guys, there are a lot of variables you have to consider. Wind is one of them. Weather is one. Time of day, whether it's cold, hot, a lot of that stuff is taken is variables you have to take into consideration. I didn't forget about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Those buildings were not made like the buildings downtown. Again, that's why a lot of the one nuclear scientist says he's not sure what would happen. He's not sure how bad the damage would be. The damage would be bad in the immediate area, absolutely, but not all of New York City is going to be wiped out. That's an actual falsehood. It doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, I don't want to find out. All right, so I'm not going to say I bet you, and then waiting to see if a nuclear wipes out the city or doesn't. So there's different radiuses of nuclear weapons. It depends on the yield of the weapon will dictate how far I have to be, and depends on, again, what happens. Now, keep in mind, a lot of the downtown New York, a lot of it's on a landfill. So the fact that a lot of it's on a landfill, you don't even know if the nuclear weapon or bomb, is going to puncture that landfill, burying itself deeper in the ground, creating more devastation, or being contained. Not contained, but not the blast wouldn't be as grand. Okie Rebel. Yes, I'm talking about one nuclear bomb. I'm not talking about multiple. Listen, multiple nuclear bomb, guys. Yes, not even America. The world is gone. The world is definitely going to be something different, right? One nuclear weapon is not going to wipe out New York City. It doesn't. Again, it doesn't work that way. I've done enough research on nuclear bombs because one, my job. Two, I was curious. Three, because I run a group here in the city, I had to research nuclear weapons because I was a class that not nuclear weapons, nuclear disaster in New York City, and I did the research because I run a group here in the city. So it's not that again, it's not that clear cut. The problem is there's a lot of unknowns, right? And again, like I said, I can't sit here and profess to say I know it all. I don't. I'm only going what I was given, the information I was given. I know a lot of people will, say definites. There is no definite because it's not known. That's a problem, and that's what I got from a nuclear scientist. We just don't know what's going to happen, and they're not looking to fucking find out either. But like a lot of you are saying, it would definitely be more than one. It won't be one. That's for sure. That's the problem. There's nowhere to hide, unless you have a fallout, guys. There's nowhere to hide. So go Prodigy. As far as staying indoors, that's your best bet. You got to wait the fallout. You have to wait indoors. You have to tape your windows, duct tape your vents as well, actually, so that you don't get the fallout going in there. Because fallout's very fine dust. I mean, like very fine. All right. So if it can get into your vents and end up in your apartment as well, so you have to keep that in mind. And make sure you have enough food and water for a few weeks, if not a couple months. Right. Again, it depends on the yield of the weapon, and depends on how close you are. It depends on the weather outside, whether it rains or it doesn't. A lot of variables come into play. So keep that in the back of your head. Hopefully that answered your question somewhat. But again, guys, there's a lot of falsehoods with again, a lot of people who don't live in the city. I do not understand where you guys get this idea that New York or any city is going to be wiped off the planet just because. No matter what happens, apparently we're not going to, we're not going to survive anything. And it doesn't work that way, guys. It's not how the real world works. There are too many different things that happen that will play into our favor or will play against us. And that's where I am with being in the city. I have to fucking think on my toes. I can't sit there and go with absolutes. There is no absolutes. There's no absolute to know whether the city's going to completely disappear, and there's no absolute saying that the city's going to be standing strong. All right? Holly, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. So with that being said, guys, hopefully go Prodigy. Yeah, I listen, I definitely got this shitty feeling. I think, something is definitely going to happen. I'm hoping they can hold off till the end of this year till I get the fuck out of here. But it's not my timeline, it's theirs. So, you know what? Again, it is what it is. Timothy, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. So, again, guys, a nuclear war for anyone, it's bad. It's bad. It is what it is. And I don't think, if one went off in the city, absolutely I'd be able to survive it. If numerous went off in this country, I don't think so, right? Unless I got to a lead bunker, thank you, or a bunker of some kind. There's not much surviving I can do out here. Remember, the multiple bombings of a nuclear weapon will extend the amount of time you're in your shelter, right? So one nuke, a couple weeks to a month. Multiple nukes, you're probably talking about years inside your bunker, right? Because you can't go outside because everything's radioactive. The sky and the rain, the fucking dust, the fallout, all of it's radioactive. So you got to keep that in mind. And we're not going to know. We'll. No, I don't think we'll know how many nukes actually hit, because at some point the radios are going to go dead, right? At some point communication is going to die for a little while, and then it'll pick up again. Military will still be around, but we won't. When I mean we won't, I'm talking about our communication. Sorry. So, here's a new issue that we are faced with. And lackey. We could. It depends on how much time. So if we were to break it, let's say in July, there's a penalty that goes along with it. I'm willing to pay the penalty just to get the fuck out of here. But if we wait till December, when they ask us to renew the lease, we don't renew it, then we can bounce. You know, that's how it works. Some places they'll hit you with a penalty, and other places won't. Buildings, that is, sorry. Buildings. Certain buildings will hit you with a penalty, certain won't. So it all depends on your scumbag landlord. And this landlord is a scumbag. So, you know, it is what it is with some of these places, guys. So the next issue that I like to talk about right now is the gun grab, or the amendments that, not the amendments, sorry, the executive orders that Biden's going to be releasing. So I know the other day he did it again at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or 1:30, or whenever it was, and it was pretty vague. He did say he was getting rid of a couple of like what was it, the assisted wrist bracelet for a pistol, something like that. Heavier background checks, and saying that they would, heavier background checks and things of that nature. And all it does is affects the gun owner. It doesn't keep anyone safe. Here's the deal, right? So one of the things I read about the gun grab, if you will, was the National Registry. And we all heard about the National Registry for years, right? So here's my view on it. The National Registry is bad. You do not want to register your weapons nationally. Absolutely not. Brace stabilizer. Thank you, Custom Blades. You don't want to do that. Okay? And as far as I'm concerned, if you play along, right? If you play along and you register your weapon in this National Gun Registry, when Kamala Harris steps into office, your guns are gone. Gone. All right? She's not going to sit there and abide by the Constitution. We already heard what Biden said about no amendment in the Constitution is absolute. Right? To me, that's sounding like war. That sounded like you want to bring a fight or pick a fight. Thank you, Teresa. If Kamala Harris goes in office, you think she's going to be as soft as he is? Absolutely not. So therefore, the National Registry means your guns are going to be confiscated as soon as you register your weapons. All right? So people are asking me, some people are asking me, what would I do? I would not fucking register a single weapon. Not one. Fuck them. Let them come for it. Because, guys, it's going to be a fight. That's the bottom line. Don't register your weapons and get ready to fight. Mojo Man 1965. You can ask the question in all caps. So, is this going to affect your preps? Absolutely, guys. For a lot of you guys that probably have fucking more guns than I can dream of, and they passed this law, you're definitely you're definitely gonna have to make a choice. And here's the problem, guys. We are in the next few years going to have to make some hard fucking choices. And sometimes the choice you make, you're gonna feel like you're by yourself, you're alone. No one understands you. No one, wants to back you up. But you're not. The system right now, the social media, the media junkies, these assholes, they're making it as if we are by ourselves in this whole thing and keeping our guns and not wanting to take the vaccine, whatever it is. Andrea, thank you for the donation. And the bottom line is we're not. So you're going to have to stand your ground. We are going to have to stand our ground, guys, because there's just going to be fighting. So we are not like other countries that just gave up the weapons. Though I said this a few live streams ago, guys, probably back in January. I said that now that Biden's in office, we're going to see more mass shootings. And then what? A couple weeks after that, we had the Colorado mass shooting, and then we had the, Jesus Christ, I can't remember the other one. The Colorado, and somebody refresh my memory. What was the second one that happened right after that, a week later? Right? Atlanta, right? The one where the guy was sexually frustrated, and then the Syrian kid, right? Rich Mountains, thank you for the donation, right? So we are definitely Atlanta. Thank you. Okay, I was thinking that, right? So we had the Colorado, Atlanta, and then we had the football player who just shot up his entire family, right? We had a guy here, I think it was here in New York, went to his daughter's birthday party, shot up everybody in the party except his daughter. So now all of a sudden we're seeing more and more mass shootings, guys, and we're going to see something that we've never seen before. That's going to break a lot of gun owners and have them give their guns up. That's just a feeling I have. So far we've seen 3 or maybe 4 mass shootings in the span of 4 months, and now because we knew that they wanted the guns, we knew Biden wanted it, we know Kamala Harris wants it, guys. Right, Brian, false flag mania is coming, right? And so, guys, now that it's all starting to play out, we know what we have to do next, and that's fight. That's all it's coming down to. There is no fucking, well, how about we teach people? Fuck teaching them about weapons, guns, this. Forget it. That's done. We're past that. We're well past that. Beat you up. Thank you for the donation. All right, guys? We are well past that bullshit. Now is time to start gearing up to fight. And yes, Okie Rebel. So good. You're in one of those sanctuary states. And there are states passing new, I guess, state laws where their federal laws doesn't affect them, which is great. That's also how you start a civil war. So, regardless, guys, we're going to see something in this country, or we're going to see a world war. But we are definitely headed towards some kind of war. Brenda Jacobs, thank you for the donation. So, this gun grab could definitely hurt preppers. First and foremost, it could hurt everyone. It could hurt any gun owner. But preppers in particular, because we are seeing what's coming down the pipe. We are seeing something not good transforming before our fucking eyes, and now we might need to actually guard our preps, and boom, we're gone. Avril, no, DMX didn't take the vaccine. That's a good one though, but no, he didn't take it. Yeah, that sucks, right? I mean, listen, it doesn't suck. I can't say I feel bad for DMX. I don't, you know. I mean, I loved his music when he was out, but I can't sit there and say, you know, I'm gonna miss him and pour a 40 for him and all this other crazy shit. I'm not that dude, and I don't know him. I don't know him like that, so I don't feel bad, you know. Prince, who was it? Was it Prince Harry, the old man that just died? I don't feel bad for him either. You know, like I don't know the dude, you know. Susie, see you later. So and that's the other thing, guys. Here's a problem. America was made soft for a reason. If you haven't been paying attention to what Monsanto was doing with the food, how the femininity in men has skyrocketed over the last 20 years. Phillips, thank you, Prince Phillips. How it skyrocketed over the years, guys, and made men weaker. Yo, Chuck Norris, I didn't know that was actually a story. I'm saying he didn't take it, but I didn't know that was an actual story. Holy shit. So anyway, guys, men are being weakened, and we're being weakened through food. We're being weakened through technology, right? They did a study saying that our testosterone, first of all, was on the decline to begin with. Now with all of this fake food, if you will, now you're starting to see a heavy decline in men. And men, or weak men, or bitches, or guys with man buns, or hipsters, or whatever the hell you want to call them, they are betting, the high table is betting that those guys don't fight. And then you have a lot of soldiers who have PTSD from Iraq, Afghanistan, and don't want to fight. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. If you wake those dudes up, if you wake those ladies up out of their calm state, if you will, it's on, right? And then you can't take it back. You can't pull them back. Urban Grandpa Prepper, man, thank you for joining me tonight. We appreciate it. Guys, for those of you that don't know, Urban Grandpa Prepper, I've been watching him for a little bit. for a while actually, and it's a good channel. I'm digging his channel. It's another channel that I'm actually digging. You know, like I said, I've been watching for a while, and it's a good channel. You guys should head over and take a look at it, take a gander, and see what you think. Chuck Norris, thank you for Chuck Norris Gun Club. Thank you for the donation. And all right, people are spreading it on the internet. Yeah, listen, Chuck Norris, I knew it wasn't true because, yeah, I mean, like I knew it wasn't true, but you know, those of us who follow DMX through his life, we know why he died. It was not a surprise, you know. I wasn't, oh my God, DMX is dead, because we know why he died. It's, you know, it's not a surprise. It wasn't out of the blue, you know. You listen. You can't feel sorry for that. And then Prince Philip, the guy was like 1,000 years old. You can't feel bad for him either, you know. And so two people. Listen, I rarely feel sorry for celebrities when they die. It's just how I am. I don't give a shit. I don't know you. I don't, you know, if I don't, I've never heard, not that I never heard of you. If I don't know you, never met you, it don't matter to me, man. You know, it's just how I am, you know. There's other people that I know or might have followed growing up with, and I'm like, and I hear they passed away. I'm like, oh, that sucks, you know. But when you got one guy who's hooked on drugs and another guy who's 1,000 years old, you know. So it's whatever, man. It's just how it is. You know, don't get me wrong. Somebody like you know, like some child stars that we grew up with, when you hear they died, you're like, oh, that blows. But again, there, guys, it's also part of life. And when old people die and they start doing these memorials on TV, showing their best pictures and their best moment, I'm like, come on, you know. But whatever. That's not the point. Not what we were getting at. Bottom line, guys, is that we're definitely headed towards a fight, and that's going to be very interesting. I definitely see it, and it's going to get ugly, unfortunately. So we have to wait and see how bad it's going to be, but we know it's going to be. Hey, Prepper Nurse 1, thank you for joining me tonight. I see everybody mentioning your name, but I didn't see any of your comments yet. But thank you for joining me tonight. I know that you are a busy dude, so the fact that you're in here is very good. Prepper Now. Guys, Prepper Now, he's been pushing out some very good content lately. So check out his channel too. He had a video last week. I wish I could remember the name of it. It was spot on. He talks from a factual standpoint, and he's not rumoring. He's not trying to scare you into this shit. And he backs his shit up. So he's a good channel to watch. I know some people will accuse him of being conspiracy theorist, but it really isn't. And here's the other thing too. He's smart enough to war game what's happening, right? So Prepper Now war games a lot of shit. I started war gaming shit in part because of Prepper Now, and also because of the guys in Langley, Virginia. Was another reason why I started wargaming shit. Those guys in Langley, Virginia, in that room that I've always heard about as a kid, they wargame a lot, and I think we wargamed ourselves right into this situation right here, where everything is a catastrophe, and it seems like they're working on new angles. We got this new variant now here in New York, the one from the UK. It's here and it's in 50 states. Who gives a fuck? First of all, let me go on my tangent with this. How the fuck do you know which variants are here? That means you have to be selecting people and going, dickface, come here, and then testing them to see which variant they have. Now, unless they keep the collections for the nose swabs, that's the only thing I'm thinking of. But how the hell do you just know which variants are where? A nurse told me you need to have special equipment to do these variant tests. You just don't swab a nose, test it, and figure it out. You need a special machine that figures out which variant is what. And whatever, man. So I'm not buying this bullshit. Question. So Gabriel's asking the question, should we simply survive to rebuild the America we had, or should we try to save what it is. I would say just save America and then see where it happens. Here's the problem, guys. Once we, thank you for the question, Gabriel. Once we go into, Mr. Nobody, thank you for the super chat. Once we go into a, old America is going to be gone. If we go into another civil war, if we go into another world war, old America is going to be gone. It's already gone as it is right now. Everyone keeps telling you, hey, take the vaccine shot so we can get back to normal. Guys, normal is gone. Normal left the station. All right? Normal got on the fucking train a year ago and left. There is no normal. There's no getting back to normal. There's no getting back to normal. It's gone. And this take the vaccine so we can open up faster and get back to normal doesn't exist. Normal does not mean every time you go somewhere, you got to get a temperature check. Every time you fly now, you got to show a vaccine passport. That is not fucking normal. That's not the new normal. That's a new fucking, that's a new way of life. All right? And so to sit here and think that we're going to get back our old ways, it's gone. It's gone. We have to wrap our head around that. It took me a little bit to wrap my head around it, but I did. It's gone. This is what we're faced with. We're faced with fucking idiots that can't make a fucking decision for themselves. We're faced with idiots that only take information from fucking the high table. That's the CDC, the president, fucking Putin, and the rest of those assholes. They're all in on the bullshit. And we're sitting here just fucking gobbling it up. And then we're like, but they said we have to wear 2 masks because we're saving lives. We're believing this bullshit. We're believing this bullshit that we gotta take the vaccine so we can open up America again. Well, America's fucking open. Right? But we still got to get fucking tested. We still got to fucking put a mask on. You know? We still got to wash our hands and all this other crazy shit. That's new America. And it's only going to get worse, guys. It's not going to get better. Right? Just because they open everything up, just because now you're taking the vaccine, doesn't mean it's going to get better. It's only going to get worse. And it's got to get a hell of a lot worse before it gets better. Right? So, here we are. Getting kicked in the dick day after day. Every day I wake up, something new. The vaccine passport, absolutely not. Fuck that shit. Do not take it. Do not take it. Do not apply for it. It's bullshit. All right? It's another bullshit control. Guys, again, I'm going to say this regularly. Tiger 454. Make sure it's not a nose swab, and if it's a nose, if it is a nose swab, make sure there's no ethylene oxide on the nose swab. Do yourself a favor and get that checked out forthwith, because if you're doing this weekly, over time, the ethylene oxide could build into something. It could affect you somehow, your blood, your brain. So get that checked out. Make sure that you don't have that that chemical on it that's supposed to sterilize the swab. All right, so it's supposed to sterilize the swab. And yes, it's fine if you're doing it once in a blue. But if you're getting tested every day, every 3 days, every week, that builds up in your system after a while. So, like I said, guys, we are just done. We are falling for the bullshit. Everyone's falling for the bullshit. Like I said, I walk to work. I walk to work. I walk from work. Home, 3 miles, 3.25 miles, right? And I was at Yankee Stadium, we're passing Yankee Stadium, and every motherfucker between my home and the job had a mask on. Everyone. And now I'm the odd bird, I'm the odd one out, right? And so I will continue to be the oddball. I have no fucking problem. Zero. But this is where we're headed. People are easily controlled. People are easily controlled by sitting there saying, hey, do your part and wear your mask and wash your hands because you're going to help out America. Like they're recruiting a fucking army of idiots. They are recruiting an army of idiots. But nonetheless, this is what they're doing. This is the control factor. And they're trying to see how much control they can have over you. Well, if these idiots will take the vaccine shot, you know what else they'll take? They'll take the booster shot because they're stupid. And this is the elite talking about everyone else. Now, I know some of you guys have to take the vaccine. I understand that. I get it. You work for a job that demands it. Fine. Bad art. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. right? So, guys, it's all just part of one giant plan. And if you would have told me this bullshit a year ago, I'd have been like, get the fuck out of here, right? And a year ago, I was a nervous wreck. I was washing my hands. I was wiping everything down at work. I was fucking COVID scared. I was a COVID bitch. And then I started researching. I started listening to doctors. I started looking at what was going on. I started questioning the guys who got sick. You know, the wife had it. I started questioning everything. And I'm like, yo, this is not what the fuck they were telling us. 99% survival rate, and we're supposed to be clamoring in our homes over that? I'll take my chances with the fucking COVID over the vaccine. But for those of you that have to take it because of work, it is what it is, guys. I get it. I understand that. You're not going to want to lose your job. Unless you have something else lined up, you're not going to want to lose your job, right? So, that's what it is. Now, we're at the midpoint. I'm going to talk about a situation now. So, there is a friend. She's actually a friend of mine. We've been talking for a while now. Probably about a year, right? And nice lady, guys. Ultra nice lady. Her name is Andrea, but she goes by the name of Calamity Girl on YouTube. Right? Let me see if I could pull up her YouTube channel. So I'm putting the YouTube channel in the chat, guys. And she had a giant fire. Well, I wouldn't say a giant fire, but she had a fire in her home Saturday night. So what happened is she has a guest over. I forgot who the guest was, but she had guest over, and I think it was like her stepdaughter or her daughter. They wake up saying, "Smoke, smoke, fire somewhere, smoke," and they're panicking because the house is starting to bang down with smoke. Well, anyway, the husband gets up now. She gets up. Now, keep in mind, guys, she has multiple sclerosis, so she's not fast. She can't move that hastily, and I think as of right now, she's using a walker. Right. So now, like I said, I've been talking to her for some time now. When she told me she was using a walking device, I knew where the conversation was going. Anyway, they couldn't find the fire because the fire was in the walls, and when they finally found it, it was too late. Right. It gutted their house, and anyway, they got out. They got out with their help. They lost a bunch of animals. They lost all their preps, and right now they're staying in a buddy's home. So, with that, guys. This lady, if you visit her channel, take a look at it. Tell me what you think. And I also want to but her neighbor started a fundraising site for her. Like I said, they lost everything. Now, she used to be a cop back in the days. So she sent me a picture of her when she was a cop in the 90s. She was teaching her son a class on the whole stranger danger thing. Back when they were kidnapping kids left and right. Tennessee Tactical. Hey, Tennessee Tactical, do me a favor. That would be great if you could. Send me an email later after this, right? Or if you have my number, just give me a call or a text message. So anyway, guys. So the amount of preps they lost was a lot. And then forget about the preps. They just lost it all. So I'm doing a video tomorrow so that I can show pictures of what they actually lost. I didn't have time to download it for here, but they lost a lot of shit. But their neighbor started a Patreon account for them, which I thought was clever. At first, when she sent me the Patreon account link, I was like, what the fuck? Right? And then I thought about it. I'm like, it's smart. If you don't have $100 to give, if you don't have $20 to give, if you only have $1 to give, you give the $1, and then that'll accumulate over time. The only problem with Patreon is that it takes a month for them to get the money. But like I said, their neighbor set this up for them. So it is what it is. But moving forward, guys, and I'm talking about like as of right now moving forward, I put the link to the Patreon in the description section below. The Patreon link is also in the chat. So if you go in the description section below, you can find the link to her Patreon and her YouTube channel. Also, guys, moving forward at this minute, don't donate to me at all. If you're going to donate $5, $2, $3, whatever it is, donate to her on her Patreon account. Do not send it to me. All right. I hope that makes sense. I don't want to mix money around and split this up and split that up. And plus, it gets right to them right away. So not right away, but after a month. Sorry. So do me a favor. Hit the links either in the chat or in the description section below and help them out. Again, these are good people. So I know these people. I would put my life on it. That these people are good and that they need to be helped. You know, so again, that's just something I wanted to get out. I wanted to wait till I peaked out so that I can get them going. You know, because listen, like I said, and again, guys, with you know, with her being sick, I would like to relieve as much stress as I can from her and the husband, because you know, multiple sclerosis stress also aggravates it more, if that makes sense, right? So anyway, guys, hopefully you can help them out. That would be great, and I'm gonna help them out as much as I can. Like I said, good fucking people, and her and I and the husband, actually, we FaceTimed a lot over the summer. Victoria, again, donations to her Patreon. She was actually looking for freeze-dried food as well, because, like I said, she said she lost 10 years worth of food. Like, you know, food they had stored away for them if the shit got bad. So imagine losing 10 years of your shit, man. You know? But it's so much more than that, you know? So it's so much more than that. Like I said, because I FaceTimed with her a couple times and the husband, I saw the shit they had in their homes. Firefly Farm. No, they live in Wyoming. So, yeah, and now they're faced with the not even a decision, because she had already said they can't rebuild, and they can't rebuild in Wyoming. You know, I mean, they're going to keep the land, obviously, but they don't want to rebuild there, so they're probably going to move somewhere else. I don't know where, but I am keeping in contact with her, right? So, yeah, guys, again, yeah, 10 years, man, is fucking a lot. When she told me 10 years of shit was gone, my fucking heart dropped in my ass. I was like, holy shit, man. You know, I don't get moved much, you know, and I felt bad for her and her husband. But when I spoke to them last night, they seemed like they were in good spirits. So, you know, I know because they got their health. Well, she's got her health, and they have their, you know, their life. But still, it was just hard to hear, and especially after seeing their home, you know. So I had a picture in my head already, and then when I saw the aftermath of it, I was like, holy shit! It's like a kick in the dick. I'm telling you, it was bad. So hopefully you guys can help, and that would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, no more donations to me, at least for the rest of this month, and if not, next month, and put all of those donations into their Patreon account if you can. If you can and if you want. But don't worry about me. I'll be fucking okay. And I know the super chats is a form of gratitude, but if you want to, the form of gratitude right now is helping them out. Don't worry about me. Other than that, guys, let's move right along to the next subject. So I was going to keep this an hour. So I think I'm going to the last subject, and then I'm going to call it quits. Because I'm 1,000% sure right now my fucking head's going to hit this computer. I just got tired all of a sudden. I feel like a fucking crackhead that just came off his high. But anyway, city crime. Now, you heard me talking about this till I was blue in the face. I actually have another city crime video coming out. But, yo, it's fucking insane. Now, I'm telling you right now, I lived through the 80s as a kid. I remember the news. I remember looking outside. There were fires every day. There was a shooting every day. There was a shooting every hour. We're getting back to that. The gangs are going unchecked here. I spoke about that in my video. The problem is the constant disrespect towards the cops. That's the bigger issue. The angry crackhead. I think I can definitely go with that. Right? Supplement that name for like a month or two, the angry crackhead. Get some crackheads on this channel, interview them, right? No, just kidding. I was fucking with you. I'm not going to interview them. But anyway, so guys, the constant disrespect with cops right now is fucking insane. Thank you for that. I guess it's Chenchanga. Man, if I fucked up your name, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I think it's Kenchaka girl. She said she could see the sleepiness in my eyes. Yeah. If I told you what I did for the last 48, 72 hours, you'd be like, holy shit, you should be dead. But anyway, so guys, the constant disrespect with cops is it's out of control. It's out of control. And cops are getting smoke blown in their faces. So like, now that they legalized weed in New York State, New York City had already been letting people smoke weed in the street for months now, almost a year actually. So with that being said, guys, got people are just blowing smoke in cops' face, man. They're like, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? And right in their face. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, if somebody blew smoke in my face, I'm breaking their kneecaps right out of the gates. Right? This is why I couldn't be a cop, because I'd probably be in jail already. I would have probably been arrested 8 times. 8 times over. I would have broken fucking kneecaps already if someone blew smoke in my face. And I watched a video just right before I got on here where I guess they were protesting over in Amsterdam. So I live in Manhattan. And Amsterdam is 2 blocks west of me and 155th Street, which is roughly 25 blocks away from me. Right? So 2 blocks over, 25 blocks up, they were protesting there, and they were yelling at the cops, and they were saying all this shit, like, yo, fuck you, you pig, this, that, and the third. I'm like, my God, man, and they were going at it, and the cops were just sitting there at first, and then the crowd started building around the car, and then they just got out of there. Guys, when cops are disrespected this badly, what do you think is going to happen next? Right? So, with that, crime is only going to get worse because you're empowering the criminals. Now, you could protest all you want, fine. But once criminals start looking at the protesting and going, look at them, they're not doing anything. Yo, let's go harder now. Let's go, let's get in there. It's like, what the fuck, So every day in the city, it's a fucking, there's a problem, there's an issue, there's something going on, and it's never mild, guys. It's always a big fucking holy shit. And it's crazy how we are going back in time. We're going back into the 80s, and I think it's going to be worse in the 80s because we have more people in the city than we did in the 80s, right? So in the 80s, I think it was like 5 million people. I think we're up to 8 or 9 million people. So more people means more problems. That means more assholes. This is where we're headed. We're headed to fucking assholeville with the fucking assholes that we have here living in the city who are feeling empowered to do shit like blow smoke in a cop's face. Breaking kneecaps, guys. Breaking fucking kneecaps is what I would be doing. But, I don't know. It's just going to fucking get a whole hell of a lot worse. So, like I said, and yes, I get it, guys. I get it. Leave the city. It's going to get bad. I heard that 1,000 times. It just doesn't work that easily. And yes, Angryprepper, hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be getting out of here. All right? So that's what we're going to... Yes, Johnny Dickface is leading the charge on this one, actually, with the cops and being disrespectful. Listen, guys, I'll be the first to tell you. Because I have a very short tolerance for bullshit. If I saw somebody getting in the cop's face, which I've done it before already, right? Getting in a cop's face, I'm gonna step in. All right, so I've already done it before, and I got me and the guy in a subway station almost got into a fist fight, and the cops were moving in close. I'm like, I showed them where I work, and they stepped back, and I said, don't worry, I pretty much just said, I'll handle it from here because they can't do anything. So the guy's yelling and screaming at me, cursing at the top of his lungs, fucking, and he doesn't want to fight, but he's just putting on this show, and he's hoping more people surround him. So more people started surrounding him, and I'm like, yo, I hope you don't think this is going down the way you think it is, Rob Smitch, you're going to have to eat. Oh, shit. No. Damn it. Hold on. Yeah, Rob Schmitz. You're gonna have to email me that your number. And guys, do me a favor. Don't put your numbers, your cell numbers, your emails in the chat or in the description section. Just email me at angryprepper@gmail.com if you have anything to pass on to me. Don't ever leave it on here because there's too many dick faces around. Anyway, guys, so with that being said, the guy was just waiting for a better crowd. And then the crowd came, but then the cops came because they called for backup, and then it was done, right? But this guy was being a fucking prick because he wasn't minding his business. And anyway, you know, I don't have a problem mixing it up. I have no problem rolling on the ground with anyone. I know at some point I'm going to be getting too old for it, but as of right now, I don't have an issue with it because something's got to be done and said. Cops are handcuffed, and they can't do much. Their qualified immunity is not completely gone. So when I did the YouTube video on it being completely gone, it's not completely gone. What happened is they gave them... There was a better explanation on the qualified immunity. And the better explanation is, the long short of it is, as long as you don't end up in the Eric Gardner or Floyd case style case, you're going to be backed up, right? And if you end up in a Floyd case, or what you call it, they're going to investigate, and then they're going to see where they go from there. But it's not completely gone. So I actually had to speak to a cop about that and to clarify it. Because I was like, yo, what are you guys going to do? You guys going to bounce? And she was like, well, no, you know, it's not that bad. It's just the media made it sound bad, where I got it from. And she goes, it's not that bad. And she clarified it. So that's what it is right now. So they didn't lose it completely. Other than that, guys, I'm going to hang it up. 2 minutes left. 1,100 people are watching. That's pretty goddamn good, guys. And also, hit the thumbs up, guys, or the thumbs down. Whatever floats your boat, guys. Oh, nice. Urban Grandpa Prepper said they finally got the Stand Your Ground law here in Ohio. Very good. Very, very good. West Flusher. So, listen, guys. I live in fucking, you know, New Yorkerstan, right? So, we're fucked here. We're fucked 8 ways to Sunday. So, yes, Coral. Someone told me that Prepper Nurse 1 was bailing out on New York State. He's a flat leaver. He's leaving us. Nah, listen, I get it. But I don't know. Is that what we're gonna do now? I mean, you know, like I get it why he's leaving. He has more reasons to leave than I do. But are we gonna do that every time, guys? We're gonna keep leaving a state because it becomes too liberal instead of fighting, right? I mean, are we always going to keep abandoning states because it gets tough? You know, I mean, like, you know, NY Preppers, Prepper Nurses' reasoning are a lot more thorough. But watching people leave during COVID, for example. Ladybug Prepper, thank you for the donation. All right, thank you for the donation. You think that, you know, all those people that left during COVID, now they want to come back? Fuck them, right? You can't leave every time something goes bad. You know, if you got an issue, if you got a reason to leave, you have a reason to leave. But so many people left, and now they want to come back, and they're like, we're going to be shunned if we come back. You goddamn right, lady. You left during the middle of the fucking crisis. Now you want to come back because it's all better now? Don't work that way. But, yeah, somebody be like, yes, it's gone. But, yeah, I mean, listen, a lot of states are becoming liberal. Are we going to abandon all those states? Or we're going to sit there and fight? At some point, we got to fight, guys. At some point, we got to fucking drive our feet into the ground and fucking stand our ground, man, you know? And maybe we need to beat up fucking Cuomo. Just maybe, you know? I don't know, guys, but Atlanta, the fight for a better New York, I don't know. To get more, because listen, here's the deal, guys. There are, believe it or not, Democrats are waking up. Some Democrats, or people with common sense. Let me clarify that. They're waking up because they're seeing what's going on. They're seeing that this fucking city is being driven by Democratic politicians. And they are perpetually keeping this city on its knees. Now, before that asshole Cuomo got in, de Blasio got in the office, right? We had a better city. Shit was better. He steps in the office like, hey, I'm here to fucking make a difference for my Negro community, right? He's doing his little shuckle and jive with his little black son. Hey, look at me, right? And then what does he do? He fucks his city right in the ass. Right? So now, why not fucking fight? You know, we can't keep bouncing around from state to state because, or city to city for that matter, you know, because it's getting bad. I don't know, man. I mean, listen, I'm at a point where some people just need a baseball bat to the back of the head. I'm not saying who, I'm not saying what. I'm just saying some people, you know. But it is what it is, guys. I think not is what it is, but I think we need to start fighting. You know, I mean, yes, I think in New York is a little bit of a lost cause. I think California is a little bit of a lost cause, but still, have to stand our fucking grounds. You know, have to, because we just can't keep moving along. Because we keep moving from state to state because shit's getting too liberal for us, right? If it's getting too bad for us, then we're no different than the immigrants that are fucking headed here because they left their country because it was bad, right? So anyway, man. Tony, I don't think so. I think he's a pretty good fighter. I don't pay too much attention to UFC actually, guys, but I have been like seeing it here and there, and I watch some of his clips on Instagram. Seems to be a pretty good fighter. Yeah, Frazio says they're fighting. Guys, we have to fight. We can't just fucking boom hand them the fucking city. Is Prepper Tribe here? What's going on, man? I didn't know. Shit. No, that's Prepper 101. I guess Prepper Tribe's in here somewhere. Oh, there he is. He's in here. Thank you, man. Thank you for joining us tonight. Again, guys, we just can't just up and leave, you know? And I think at some point we have to fucking sit here and fight. Again, it depends on what you have on your table. You know, some guys, you know, they don't have, some guys have more serious shit on their table and they gotta bounce. And other guys like myself, I could sit and fight. I can afford it, you know? I can afford to fucking put people in headlocks and fucking break balls and throw shit at the governor's door. You know, I can do that. Some people can't, you know? So, it is what it is. Other than that, man, oh, shit, so now I'm 4 minutes. I'm 4 minutes over. Fuck this shit, guys. I'm tired. I'm getting out of here before I get into my cranky phase and go on one of my fucking cranky rants. I'm not doing it tonight because everything's a blur right now. So, thank you for joining me tonight. Moderators, thank you for the good job, or the good work, sorry. Guys, please remember Calamity Girl's YouTube channel and her Patreon account. Please head over there. And for the next bunch of live streams I do for the rest of this month, guys, please, if you're going to give your super chat, give it to her, not me, via Patreon. It would be greatly appreciated. That's how you pay me back. Right? If you guys want to pay me back, you guys want to, you know, give me something, give me that. Give her the money, and that'll be a thank you from me. A personal thank you from me. All right, guys? So other than that, appreciate it. Oh, yeah, and smash the like button, by the way. Thumbs up, thumbs down, middle finger, whatever makes you fucking happy. Good night.